Yo, listen up. America, picture this. You're cruising down a forgotten back road in the dead of night. Fog rolling in thick and suffocating like a bad dream that's about to swallow you whole.
Clinging to your skin and blurring the edges of reality. Headlights barely cutting through the murk when they snag on those rusted,
jagged gates of Willowbrook. Asylum, the kind of place where the walls don't just hold secrets.
They whisper
M in your ear with a chilling intimacy.
Making your blood run cold and your mind race with endless what-ifs that keep you glancing over your shoulder. Back in the 50s, they shuttered this hellhole after some seriously messed up experiments went south real fast. Docs playing God with folks. Fragile minds. Zapping brains with electric fury and slicing lobes like it was nothing but routine. Leaving behind echoes of tortured screams that locals swear still rip through the silence on moonless nights. Chilling you to the bone and sparking that forbidden curiosity to wonder what really happened behind those bars. But me and my crew my bro Jake from the heart of Texas with his cowboy bravado, masking a flicker of doubt. And our wild card buddy Sarah from sunny Cali with her fearless streak that borders on reckless. Dude, urban explorers chasing that raw adrenaline. That makes your heart slam against your ribs like a caged animal desperate to break free. Come on, y'all. What's the worst that could happen?
Jake grins wide, but his voice cracks just a bit under the weight of the unknown.
Eyes darting nervously to the shadows creeping closer, watching us slip into its deadly trap like moths to a flame. Each step pulling us deeper into the mystery. Flashlights slicing through the oppressive dark like desperate knives, fighting for survival in a losing battle.
We push through the cracked, splintered doors that groan in protest as if warning us to turn back.
The air hitting us heavy and foul with decades of dust, dig, and that unmistakable metallic tang of old blood that clings to your nostrils and lingers on your tongue. Making us gag, but too hooked on the escalating rush to even think about turning back now. Curiosity gnawing at us like an itch we can't scratch.
The lobby's a total wreck overturned. Gurneys tangled up like the skeletons of forgotten patients in a final.
frantic brawl for freedom. Wallpaper peeling away in long, curling strips, like rotting skin from a long-buried corpse.
Revealing stains that look suspiciously like desperate handprints, clawing for escape, each mark a silent plea that tugs at your imagination.
And right then, as our breaths hang visible in the unnaturally chilled air that seeps into your bones.
A faint moan slithers from the rusted vents above. Low and guttural, like a dying gasp stretched out eternally.
Freezing us mid-step with a jolt of pure electric terror that makes your pulse thunder in your ears. What the hell was that?
Sarah whispers hoarsely, her beam shaking uncontrollably as if her hand knows something her mind doesn't. Spotlighting faded. Yellowed signs warning. Electroshock ward. Authorized personnel only. The words blurring as if the asylum itself is mocking our intrusion.
Daring us to venture further. We exchanged loaded glances, pulses racing wildly like engines revving for a frantic getaway. Do we bail right now while we still can? Hearts intact, our chase, the bone deep chill. That's got us in its unbreakable grip, promising answers or Curiosity wins out every time, yo! That insidious pull dragging us deeper into the labyrinth of endless hallways where every twisted corner hides a potential nightmare waiting to pounce.
Floors creaking ominously underfoot like they're alive and groaning in agonizing.
Pain from the weight of buried horrors that refuse to stay silent. Deeper in, the suspense cranks up, notch by notch, turning every shallow breath into a calculated risk that could be your last. Whispers now. Not just moans hissing, insidious whispers that aren't random at all. Dude, they're calling our names with a personal venom, echoing soft and intimate like a taunt from the very walls themselves, seeping into our minds and making our skin crawl as if invisible fingers are tracing icy, deliberate paths down our spines, leaving trails of goosebumps. Y-A-A-K S-A-A-A-R-A-H double quotes. Drawn out, agonizingly slow, the voices multiplying and overlapping, bouncing off the crumbling plaster with a disorienting echo, forcing us to spin around wildly in confusion.
Lights whipping through the gloom like frantic searchlights, catching fleeting glimpses of shadows darting just out of reach.
Too quick and deliberate to be mere tricks of the eye or our overactive imagination slipping into full-blown paranoia, each flicker heightening the thrill. Bro, this place is seriously jacked up, I mutter through a throat, gone bone dry and scratchy. But we press on regardless, drawn like addicts to the next hit, toward the operating theater. The pulsing, rugged heart of this beastly asylum where sadistic docs, once lobotomized, this crazies with crude ice picks and zero mercy or remorse. Their victims desperate pleas lost to history, but maybe not to these blood-soaked halls that seem to remember every cry. The door swings open on its own with a heart-stopping creak that reverberates down your number touch from us, as if invited by unseen hands, revealing a room frozen in a macabre time capsule.
Rusty surgical tools glinting menacingly under our trembling beams like they hunger for fresh use.
Stained operating
Tables where unimaginable screams bounced off the blood-speckled tiles for hours on end.
the air thick with the phantom scent of antiseptic and fear. Then, the thrill hits its feverish, unbearable peak. A piercing scream shreds the air without any warning. High-pitched and raw like a woman's final agony, straight from the depths of hell itself, vibrating through our bones and rattling our souls to the core. We freeze solid, breaths hitching in our chests like caught fish. Where is it coming from? Exactly. That gut-wrenching wail upstairs in the forsaken isolation wards.
Below, in the flooded, rat-infested basements.
All right, behind us, closing in with predatory patience as we stand exposed and vulnerable.
Panic surges through us like wildfire, igniting dry brush, spreading fast and consuming.
Igniting every nerve as our lights flicker erratically and without reason our flashlights.
Too dimming and sputtering like the asylum's malevolent energy is sucking the very life out of drop by drop, leaving us increasingly vulnerable in the encroaching, suffocating blackness that presses in from all sides.
Sarah grabs my arm in a vice grip that bruises.
Nails digging in deep enough to draw pinpricks of blood. We got the dance now before it's too late.
But it's too damn late. The shadows around us solidify with a horrifying, deliberate slowness,
Forming grotesque figures in tattered, blood-stained gowns that flutter like ghosts.
Their eyes hollow, pits of endless despair staring with burning, unrelenting accusation, mouths gaping wide and eternal. Silent yells that promise no mercy or escape.
One lunges forward without a sound. It's cold.
fetid breath blasting my face like an arctic wind, straight from an open grave, whispering,
Join us! Da 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 da! Double quotes in a rasp that echoes endlessly in my skull as its bony, decayed hand grazes my cheek, leaving an icy burn that sears into my skin like acid and lingers like a brand. We boot like hell, yeah! Hallways twisting and turning like a nightmarish funhouse designed by the devil himself to disorient and trap. Doors slamming shut inches from our heels with thunderous booms that shake the foundations and rattle our teeth. Those blood-curdling screams multiplying into a deafening, chaotic chorus that drowns out our own frantic yells and ragged, gasping breaths.
Jake trips hard over scattered debris hidden in the gloom crack.
His ankle twisting with a sickening pop that echoes.
But we haul him up in a frenzy.
Adrenaline pumping through our veins like jet fuel on overdrive. Every desperate turn a high-stakes gamble that builds the tension. Will it lead to freedoms? Sweet, fresh air. Or a dead-end trap where the Asylum claims us forever. Adding our voices to its symphony, the climax grips us tight, squeezing like a noose around our necks that tightens with every heartbeat. We burst into the basement level in blind. Sheer terror.
The apparent source of the madness pulsing like a heartbeat.
Chains
Rattling violently on their own, like invisible prisoners straining with all their might to break free and drag us down.
walls scrolled with frantic. Fingernail carved, please. They never left. Help us. It hurts. The words smeared with what looks like dried blood under our dying lights. Each letter a hook pulling you deeper into the enigma. A full, horrifying apparition manifests before us from the swirling ether.
The head doc himself, materializing with a shimmer, scalpel clutched in a skeletal hand that gleams.
Grinning maniacal with yellowed teeth bared. Therapy time. Patience, he snarls, voice like gravel scraping over shattered glass as he charges forward with unnatural speed. The air thickening with palpable dread that chokes our lungs and clouds our vision. Sarah, thinking quick amid the swirling chaos, smashes a grimy, barred window with her flashlight in a desperate swing glass, shattering like explosive thunder.
Shards raining down like deadly confetti. We dive out headfirst,
Rolling painfully into the fog-shrouded grounds.
Hearts exploding in our chests like fireworks gone horribly wrong.
But as we peel out of there in our beat-up truck, tires screeching on gravel like banshees wailing in pursuit.
Those gut-wrenching screams chase us down the winding road, fading into the distance, but never truly gone, lingering in our ears like a eternal curse that whispers promises of return. Dude! Willowbrook still screams at night. A symphony of the damned that echoes across the years and through your thoughts, and if you're dumb enough or brave enough to listen close, straining in the dark, it might just call your name next, pulling you back into its inescapable grasp with curiosity you can't resist. Sleep tight, America. If you can, with that echo haunting your dreams and leaving you wondering what's real